Hey, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Hyatle. Hope everybody's had a blessed day. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Welcome back everyone. In the last episode of Hyatle, we got done with this room in here, and we got done with this magnificent room in here. Now we're not completely finished. We have a few more things that we have to touch up on, like these things in here. We have to grab a few more of those statues, but that's not too big of a worry at the moment. So these two rooms over here, I want to do the farmers and cooking workbench in here, and then I want to do the alchemy and arcanist's workbench in here. Now in the past live stream, we actually have a massive farming area just down here. Let's run down here and I'll show you that. So as you might have seen in the last episode, we got this down here. Now the thing that I want to do down here is I actually want to start decorating down here, but that would require us to actually be finished, which we're not. So we're not actually finished with this room because I want to have two massive tree farming areas down here as well. And they're going to be located on this side and on this side. And as well as a fishing area kind of just right here. I want a fishing area right here. We might even need to go back a few more blocks this way because I would also like to have some animals, but to be completely honest, I might just have it further down in the center room over here. But with that being said, let's go ahead and run back up here and we will actually get started on building the last two workstation rooms. Hey guys, I just wanted to bring you back real quick. So we have the majority of the blocks that we want to use over here. I have them designated in these chests right here, but there's one block that I know of that I kind of want to get just to see if it might work in the arcanists and alchemy workbench area, and that's the slate, I think is what it's called, or shale. I really don't know how to say it. Let's run over here. Let me show you what the block I'm talking about is. It's like a blue cobblestone. It's a shale brick. Yeah, shale brick. It looks really cool. It has a bunch of different designs that you can do, because I was thinking maybe we could have something like this for like the bottom, and then maybe do a different one. Here, let's run over here and change what it looks like real quick. And then it has like this one that might look good for the top. So like this might look good for like the top, or maybe even the floor or something. So we'll have to keep that in mind. But I wanted to bring you guys back and let you know that we got most of the blocks done, or we got most of the blocks in the chests. So now I was going to actually go and do a little mining trip and go and grab some of this shale brick. And I will bring you guys back once I have enough shale brick. And if there's anything else I think of, then I'll bring you guys back after I grab that. Okay guys, welcome back. So now that we have all of the materials that we need to build the rooms, let's go ahead and start designing a room layout that we are comfortable with and that we're happy with. I got some of these carved Rubik figures, so hopefully maybe we can implement those somehow, kind of like how we did in here with these statues up top maybe. But I really want to see kind of how we want to do the floors. We'll start off with the floor, we'll work our way up to the walls, and then we'll do some kind of roof. And I'm thinking about doing varying heights with the roof for each one. I think this one might be the taller one, potentially. I don't know. We'll just have to see. But let's go ahead and get this floor cut out, and then let's start designing that. And once I get that all designed and stuff, I'll bring you back and I'll tell you what we're comfortable with, and then we'll go from there. Okay guys, so this is what we have so far for the floor anyway. Now, we want to do something kind of interesting with the walls. So I wanted to do a I don't want to use redwood because I have a feeling it would blend into the floor too much. So we have to see what kind of log we want. Well, we'll try both. We'll try all of these, but I wanted to do something like this. So let's go ahead and take this out. Let us grab our torches back out, put that there so we can see. But let's take this, and we want to do something, and this is liable to change, especially because we still have yet to do the roof. But if we do something like this, right, with maybe something like this in between. No, that looks like a dumbbell laid up vertical. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we do something like this, maybe something like that. Maybe if we reverse it, it would make sense. So let's go ahead and do that. That looks all right. It's still a little too thin for my liking. I want to use a very minimal amount of stone in this, but I have a feeling that we're probably going to need a little bit of stone, just a tad. So let's come over here. Let's grab just these stone pillars right here. Let's just grab those. Those guys look good. And then we'll do that. Okay. It doesn't look awful. It's not really what I'm trying to go for, though. I really wish they were like wooden pillars. These are just wooden posts or beams. Yeah, let me play around with a few things. I'll come back and then I'll show you what I got. Okay, so as these are subject to change, I actually really like the way that looks for now. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just translate that to each of the other two corners. Okay, there we go. So now all we have to do is work on the walls right here. And I kind of also want to work on these back here as well. Only because it will show and I really don't want it to show, but can't really help that with the kind of palette that we have. So we have a few options here. We have this one, we have this one, we have this one. We could use this and this as well. I'm thinking that for the top, we do something like this block or this, or yeah, we do something like this for the top block, or let's see, either that one or maybe we use this one. That's what I'm thinking. We do something like that. So let's go ahead and remove the top blocks out of all of these. Whoops. Go ahead and remove these top blocks right here. We'll also remove the bottom ones. Okay, so now that we got all that removed, go ahead and pick up all of our blocks. Okay, so now that we have all of our blocks picked up, let's go ahead and see how these look. So we could do something like this, potentially. We were going to do these with the top, weren't we? Let's go ahead and pick these up. Let's go ahead and put these on the top. Like so. Let's go ahead and do it with this one too. Okay, I kind of like that. Now, I want to use one of these two for the bottom. And if we're going to use those for the top, I want to use these for the bottom. They have that bottom trim. And I really like that bottom trim being closer to the floor. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'm kind of liking it. Yeah, I actually really like that because this looks like flowers. Well, yeah, no, these are leaves for sure. So with those looking like leaves and this being like the farmer workbench cooking station area, it only makes sense that we have something like that. So I like that. Now we just need to do that. Let's see, do I have my hammer? Oh, yikes, I do not. So let's go ahead and grab this. And actually, do we have the logs? We do have the logs on us. So let's run over here. And let's grab up some more. We'll grab up some more of these, some more of these, and some of these. Okay. So now that we have that, probably need to even grab a little bit more. So let's look at what we might want to do for these, because I don't know if I might want stairs there. If we're gonna have chests here, then it wouldn't make very much sense to put stairs right there, unless they were like upside down, of course. But let's see, if we do something like this and not mess up 400 times. There we go. Did we like that? I can get behind the way that looks. I really can. Okay. And I was thinking about doing maybe potentially some stairs at the top. But what kind of stairs is the question. That's also a redwood, so that's not going to help us very much. Let's go ahead and let's grab some more of this. I think it was ash log, yes. Let's go ahead and grab some more ash log. Okay, so now that we have the ash log, and we have a few more blocks here, let's go ahead and put these in. Okay, I really like the way that that looks. And yeah, we'll probably keep that the exact same. So we grab some stairs. Let's see how we like these stairs going across the top. And we have this right here. Let's try not to put them in the wrong spot and use the right tool. There we go. Okay, I really like the way that looks. I really like the way that looks. Now, I've been debating on what I want to do here and maybe even behind these. I'm thinking... Let's see, what am I thinking? I'm thinking maybe we do something with these back here. So if we come over here and we just do this. Perfect. Okay. I'm thinking about putting some black behind it. That'll give it a little bit of a design behind that. I don't know if I want to do that all the way through. I kind of want to have some marble. Some of this marble might look good, so let's see what blocks we have access to. Okay, so we have access to this right here and this right here. I think the smooth is a little too plain and this belongs more on the bottom than anything else, so we'll just kind of keep it like that. And then of course, let's grab 10 more of both of those. And then now we also have access to that cobble, so we have to keep that in mind as well. So with that being said, let's go ahead and mine out all of this. Okay, pick up our blocks. All right. Okay, so I like this behind there. That looks good. Now we could change that. We don't really like it much and it doesn't kind of cohesively go together, then we of course can change that. Let's just try regular marble here. Just these. Are we liking that very much? Maybe a little bit. Let's take this out and let's put some marble brick down. Kind of like that, maybe a tad more. Maybe just a tad more. I'm not sure. It looks good. Because then, if we use that, right? Let's go ahead and put that up. Make sure our backpack isn't open so stuff doesn't get in there unnecessarily. Let's break this. Let's just try to do something like this. Because back here, what we can do is we can use this. Yeah, we can do something like that. I'm kind of partial to that. I really like the way it looks. I think maybe the roof is kind of throwing me off. So if we just kind of look down a little bit and remove the roof from the equation, I would say I kind of like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that all the way around. See if we truly like it. And if we truly like it, then we'll go ahead and then work on the roof after I get done with the walls. Okay, so I think we like that pretty good. That's looking actually really good. Those back parts kind of look a little weird, but maybe they grow on us. But let's go ahead and get started on the roof here. How do we want to do this roof section? I'm thinking what I want to do. Okay, so there's a block that I got. I don't know where it's at, so we'll have to go on a little scavenger hunt and find it. There they are, right there. Perfect. We have some bookshelves, and they have books in them, right? So I'm thinking that maybe in the top here, maybe on these right here, so if we go up a little bit, let me go ahead and mine the roof out about 2 blocks, and then I'll bring you guys back whenever I'm ready to kind of show you what I want to do with these. Okay, so now that we have all that mined out, let's go ahead and grab our blocks here. So kind of what I want to do with these right here, I think it would be kind of cool if we set them in here. So if we just set these like this, of course that stone's not going to be there, but if we did something like that, let's see. Yes, it is the axe that is used on those. Perfect. So let's go ahead and do this all the way around. And put these in there. Perfect. Because it's like, if this is going to be the cooking area, you're going to want cookbooks, right? So you have like little cookbooks kind of things. So we have that right there. Let's see, what do we kind of want to do in the corners though? That's going to be the other question. So let's go ahead and take a look at, maybe we use, yeah, let's go ahead and just use ash stairs right there. Maybe we like that a little bit. So let's go ahead and do a number of those. Get those in our hotbar. And now let's come over here and take a look. Well, yeah, let's go ahead and take this out. We might do something a little different right there because I don't want to, I don't want to disrupt this very much if I can. So let's go ahead and do, that's the wrong way. Let's go ahead and put these upside down stairs all the way around, and then we can work on how we want the roof to look. Okay, so we got the stairs. I was about to say slabs. We got the stairs in place. Now we just need to figure out how we kind of want this roof to lay out, because I'm thinking about doing something kind of like this, but just translated up. So let's see. We did those right there. So maybe instead of doing these again, we go a little bit plain right here. Just right there. Okay. We have that. And I'm thinking that maybe we also kind of do this. Yeah, I like that. And we'll do something like this. Oh, you know what we could do right here? Right here would be a perfect spot to actually, let me go grab it. Would be a perfect spot to put these guys. Absolutely perfect spot. Okay, so we got some slabs. We put those guys down right there. I like the way that looks. That's looking really good. The one thing that I will say that we need to do is we need to figure out the outline of that right there. So I'm thinking that we do some like redwood right there. And then now that this is kind of like a square, then I think what we can do is we can kind of, yeah, we can kind of move this design, but just up. So let's go ahead and I'll bring you guys back once all of this is done. All right, so we have all of this done. I got the redwood in as a trim for these bookcases. I got a little bit of this redwood block in there because it kind of it gives that little bit of definition right there that it's actually really subtle. I really like it. So now we just need to finish off the roof here. So I think what we're gonna do, because technically this is supposed to go around this right here, so technically only that block would be right there, and then we would have like two, oh, hold on, yeah, it would be like two, so it would go from here to here and that kind of thing. So I think what we should do is we should just kind of do this up on the top. So let's go ahead and grab these blocks. What do we have? Here it is right here. The only problem with this is if you look at the bottom of the, oh, perfect. I thought the bottom of those didn't have anything. Maybe they changed that. Okay, well, that actually works out really well for us. So let's go ahead and do that. Put this in there. Now, all we have to do is do this on both sides, just like that. Yep, just like that. Perfect. So now, I don't know where it went, but we gotta grab some more. Let's go over here. Let's grab some of this right here. Do 30 of it. Okay, now we have some of these. These are gonna be nice. If they have the design on the bottom, like I'm hoping they do, in fact do. All right, and then we have this kind of going around like that. I don't know really how I want to do that though, because I like the idea of maybe doing something a little bit different, just a tad bit different. So let's go ahead and come in here and let's fix these corners. Fix these corners, and let's kind of give ourselves a little bit more of a platform to kind of work on for these corners over here. All right, so now that we have a little platform, we can kind of do one of these in the corners. Oops, did not mean to do that. And I'm thinking that for something like this, we can use some just regular planks. Just some regular old redwood planks. Go ahead and mine that out. Alright, how do we like that? I like that quite a bit actually. It kind of flows into this really well. I think that's a subtle enough change that that's not going to bother me too much. So with that being said, let's go ahead and grab up all of our blocks here. And we have some of this. So let's go here and fix this up. Perfect. We also need some more redwood planks, but I don't, oh, I do. Here we go. Let's get some more of those. I didn't think I had the logs on me. So there we go. Now, if we take wherever they went, there they go. Let's take these, put these in here, and then let's take this and put this in here, and then we'll finish this up right here. Perfect. And then what we could do is we could hang lanterns down from each of these corners. I think that would look really good. Yeah, I really like the way that this turned out. And maybe in the corners over here, because it does seem like it may be just a tad bit flat, maybe we add something like this to kind of show that it gradually goes up. Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay, so now this is, I really like the way that this looks. If they had an enchantment room, this is what my enchantment room would be. But for now, it's just going to be the farming and cooking station, and we're going to have chests all along here. That's why I don't have anything in these right there. And I don't know, we might add, I'm thinking about adding the tanning racks to each of the corners. but I'm not 100% sure where that should really go. I'm thinking it also might go down here somewhere. I kind of like the way that all of this is laid out. We'll have to finish the rest of it, and the floor is liable to change. Actually, it's probably definitely going to change, but I'm not sure how much I like the purple in here. I really like the way that this looks, because the gap in between the pillars actually makes it look really nice. And I'm not sure if I put it in there or not, but I actually took that workbench to make sure I could actually place workbenches on this, and you can. So keep that in mind for anybody that might be building a base and you don't want to have all your workbenches on one flat area. You could, of course, use these to kind of elevate them, and it's got a really good design in my opinion. So now we need to work on the walls and the roof. So for the walls anyway, I'm really thinking about doing something with this shale brick. I really want to do something interesting with that. So again, we're gonna have a whole bunch of, oh, that texture is just wonderful. It connects and everything. So I'm thinking about doing something with these, and like I said, it's liable to change. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and try to see what this marble looks like, because to me, my vision is alchemy or anything like that, you need to have a 100% clean room, right? You need to have a clean room so that way, you know, none of your potions have any kind of like defects to them or anything like that. Which honestly, I'm really liking that. So what we might actually do is just go ahead and change this immediately. And we might take this and try this. Let's go ahead and try this out. Move the smooth in here. Yeah, I kind of like that. Now the question is, would I like it here as well? That is the question. Okay, so now that we have that, now we can work on kind of the rest of what we want the walls to look like, which I'm kind of partial to trying to do something with this blue. I would really like to do something with it, so maybe just having it accent the bottoms, maybe. Whoa. That doesn't break it instantly? That's kind of insane. Okay. I didn't even notice that. I guess that was in the new update. Yes, and now we need to come over here, break these, put these down, and then... yeah, that looks good. I like that. Now for the corners anyway. For the corners, I want to do something maybe a little bit differently. Maybe we use this. Maybe. We might even, well, no, because I want that to kind of stay the bigger room out of the two, so we'll just kind of have this like this maybe. Oh, I tell you what, maybe we even do something like this. Let's put this back. And let's put this right here. Now we can put a pillar of some kind. Maybe we use this pillar. This pillar might be good. In between. I'm kind of liking that. So let's try it on two different sides. Try it on two of these walls. Yeah, I'm kind of I actually really like that. That looks really nice. Okay, so now we just need to do that on every side. So let me run over here. There we go. And then let's just do a few of these. I think that'll just do it. Yeah, we'll just do a few of those. Break these three. Break these three. And let's go ahead and put this in there. Perfect. That right there. Whoops. Put this right here. There we go. So now it actually looks kind of nice. There we go. All right. So now that we have that, let's see. Well, now we got to figure out what we kind of want to do with the walls. Okay, so now that we got that, what I wanted to do is I kind of wanted to have like these hanging down. We do something like that. Because I mean, it only makes sense that like an Arcanist would have something like this, and that blue really gives light to like the way that this blue is. I don't want any mushrooms. Get out of here. But yeah, I really like the way that the sapphire really kind of brings out this blue and, you know, sets it a little bit of apart from everything else. So with that being said, we need to do something on this wall right here to figure out how we want to kind of hide this. So we could kind of do it like the other one, where we do something like this maybe. I'm kind of partial to that, even though this might be taller than the other one. I really like that. Do not want to do that. Let's just come up here and fill this in real quick, because this is going to bug me to death if I don't. Okay, so now if we come in here, we do something like this, kind of fill this in a little bit. I do and don't like building in caves. Good grief. Okay, so we got that right there. Boom, boom, boom. Let us take that out. And yeah, we'll just do this all the way around. Okay, so now all of them look identical, I hope. Let's find a block pattern that we would like to use kind of up top, which I'm kind of thinking up here anyway. Oh, that's gonna be great. Up here anyway, I think we might use these. Or actually, what we might even do is we might even just do this. Do we want to keep using these stairs, or do we want to use another set of stairs potentially? Because I'll be honest, what I'm probably going to do is just use like some kind of slabs around. So we'll have to keep that in mind. So let's just go ahead and try this and see how we like this. Okay. Now let me fill in this block right here. Perfect. And I'll be honest, I think I actually kind of like that cobblestone up there. So let's go ahead and finish this off. Okay, so now that we have all of this, I really like the way that this top part looks. If it was finished, good grief. Okay, I really like the way that this looks. So I think what we might start to do is, I don't know if I'm kind of enjoying this. The way that this looks, just the regular cobblestone on the things here. I think that gives this extremely nice texture to the wall, actually. Except we might even have to do something here. Something right there might make sense. Maybe we just use this. I don't know, we'll have to check that out. I also want to do something with these real quick, because I think this is what's throwing everything off. So let's go ahead and figure out something with these. What block do we have that we like? Let's try some stone in here. Let's throw down a torch because I can't see. I like the blue light, but I can't see. Okay. I kind of like the stone in there. The smooth stone. Let's try some more cobblestone right here. Cobblestone looks alright, but I don't want to overdo it with the cobblestone. So let's think about what we might be able to do in the corners. In the corners, we might even be able to just do this. We'll have to steal some more, so we might not be able to finish this quite yet, but I kind of like the bookshelves right there. I have some bookshelves in here and in here. And then on this wall, we might be able to do something like if we do this and we break this out. I think what I'm going to go do is I'm going to just go ahead and break out each one of these other sections and then fix those kind of the exact same way like this. And we can look at how that looks. Okay, so I really like the way that that looks. It's really starting to... yeah, that's really starting to grow on me. Maybe we might even do a little bit of this over here. I don't want the whole thing to be filled up with books. Even though that might make sense. And we might even change that if we really want to. We might even change that so that way the whole thing is books, because it does make sense. It does in fact make sense. So we could do something like that. For now, what we might do is take these books out. And we might just do stairs right here. Let's see how we like stairs. Okay, the stairs look good. But now we need to focus on this. How do we want this to look? That is the question. How do we want this to look? Let's come over here and let's just take a peek at the different blocks that we have. So we've pretty much used everything in here, so I'm not worried about that. This over here though, how does the smooth ones of these look? Okay. Now let me put these in here and let's just see. Perfect. Okay, I actually really like that. There we go. We'll go ahead and just do these on the other two walls after we fix our pickaxe. Okay, so now that we kind of have this going on, we want to do something with the roof that just kind of flattens it out. So with that being said, I really like the way that this looks right here. And then let's just bring this, oops. Let's just bring this out like so. There we go. And now, like I said, I wanted to do something very similar with the roof like I did down there. So what we'll do is, I'm pretty sure we had two over here. And then we had two on this side. Two on this side, and then two on this side. Actually, before I even do any... yeah, no, that's the center. Yeah, perfect. Alright. So I think that's going to do it for this room too. So now we just need to get chests, and then the workbenches in here. And the same thing over here for this room. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and comment if you are interested in giving me any kind of criticism of any type. I enjoy seeing all the comments in the videos. I try to respond, or well, I will respond to every single one of them. But with that being said, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope everybody had a blessed day. And on that note, I shall catch you in the next one.